Opini fema fipatia laza vutendi adu siku
refugee project. We want a national conference. We want a program of National Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
We move around, you will find that we have families which are headed by widows because they lost their husband.
These are the victims I work with. These are the victims we try to advocate for. These are the victims who saw what happened in that graveyard where we just put flowers.
Opini fema fipatia laza vutendi adu siku mawanzini maesa Kristiani udrikuruwali mangongo pimarintizo Kristiani udrikuruwali mangongo pimarintizo Opini fema fipatia laza vutendi.
On 20th January 1981, that was on Saturday, we who were living in town were overwhelmed by soldiers who were withdrawing from Yumbe and Koboko towards Arua town. And they were assuring us that we should not run away, there's nothing wrong, but they're only coming for their salary and they will go back to Koboko and Yumbe. Then on Sunday, we noticed that the soldiers were becoming a bit aggressive because they had started now to loot, to beat, even to rape women. At midnight on Sunday, 21st, I and my family decided to leave town and move to Ombaci Mission because that was the only place where we thought we could take refuge since they had enough buildings and at least we would know we would have security.
So many people were running to missionaries, that is Ombaci Mission, to hide themselves. But I did not go, I was at my home. My home is very near here.
We took shelter in carpentry workshop. And then Wednesday, 24th, we thought they were going to advance and continue following the guerrillas who were just at the agricultural abbey farm. But instead, these soldiers, UNLA soldiers, turned towards the main gate and fired the padlock, which was locked on the main door, main gate. They entered the mission. As we were now seeing, we could see these people taking all directions. In fact, they covered the whole of Ombaci Mission area, walking towards every building, towards the missionaries, towards the church, towards the dormitories, towards the workshops and so on. Into our own room where we were, that is the carpentry workshop, many of the soldiers also entered. In that workshop, there were also many of us who took refuge. Now, one of the army officers, who was a rather junior, asked everybody to stand up and identify themselves by showing their identity cards. Immediately thereafter, one of the officers who was more senior than the first told this one not to bother himself by looking at the identity cards, since these were the relatives of the guerrillas. So he gave instruction that the soldiers should begin firing. Without even wasting time, immediately they start firing. There was really hell of shooting. The bullets were falling on the roofs as if it was raining. The noise was just too much, over 1 hour. You see?
64 people were killed. They were put all in one hole. The grave is there even.
In the room where we were, I saw about 5 people falling down because they were hit by bullets. And the firing continued for about 3-5 minutes, whereby I saw over 25 people who were now already lying dead with a lot of pouring, with a lot of blood pouring. It was during this process that one of the soldiers gave me bullets, 5 of them, but luckily enough, all the 3 missed me, but 2 hit me on my leg and at my buttocks. I fell down and I was now bleeding. One of the officers also ordered the firing to stop so that he could take time to take some goods. Then all soldiers turned and started looting.
It came in my brain that let me go and see those people with my own eyes. I went up to them, I found them just opening the machine. They brought a truck and loaded everything on it with the 2 motors. That machine, flour mill, it was a very big flour mill. They all took this thing. When they saw me near the door, they said, "Are you the owner of this machine?" I said, "Yes." Said, "You wait here. We are still doing our work." After they have loaded the machine, they put me inside. They told me to go up in the truck. They brought me very near here, bush, near that house. This place was bushy. They pulled me inside. Somebody cocked his gun. Another one was pushing me inside. And then he dipped his hand in my pocket. He got 30,000 shillings. He told his friend, "Don't shoot him. We have got this machine plus 30,000 shillings. That is enough. Leave this man." I did not know where I am. It was God who helped me. So they left me, they took the machine and went. Up to now, I don't have anything because I have put that thing in order to get money so that I can educate my children. Up to now, I am very poor. I don't have anything.
Now, when the soldiers finished looting, they also took with them some women, girls, and some youth.
At least I'm 62 years old. I remember this. It is a tragedy. It is a tragedy.
See, the talking was always that people were Rua are Anyanya, and they were wrong people. They were people who killed. The only word I heard them say was only that the soldiers should not bother themselves to identify us by identity cards, since we were relatives of guerrillas. They should just fire.
Let us tell the truth. Let us not say, "Kina Cholo Dikama, a Cholo Dikama." We also killed the Cholis. We killed the Langos. Yes. Why don't we tell the truth and shame the devil in front of this church? One of my elder brother, late Captain Mao, was shot by con here, just here. Dead. I have the grave. Engineer Gonza and his group were killed here. A whole engineer, young engineer, he was going abroad for his masters. When they were coming back, they were killed. How happy do you think I can be? Can I be happy? With whom am I going to coincide?
Some of our people were burned with tires. If you can recall our PS, Johnny, that was Johnny Asset who was murdered. And also we had a police officer who was from Maratati who was also murdered. There was a doctor, Asia, who was from Mario Kolo, who was murdered. Why has it taken a long time to organize this, to form this association?
For me, I feel this thing took long because, first of all, it was the same government that killed the people who were still in power, who could not mind of compensating or reconciling the people of West Nile. Two, it was also the second government, NRA and NRM, which came into power. But I think at first they had the wrong attitude when they considered people of West Nile to be wrong people. You see, because they were mixed, you could see people from Sudan, people from Congo, all joined Amin's government. And it's true that they killed very many Acholis and Ilangis. That is true, we cannot deny that one. But at the same time, should the government now allow this kind of killing to continue?
In my home in the Rhino camp, even before the Ombaci thing, over 100 people were massacred. And that is how the Madi people ran to exile. They even ran across, they were staying across the river for fear of their life. It was not until after 3-4 years that they came out.
We were just killed very innocently and we lost all our properties for no good reason.
Some of them were killed, but some of them went missing up to today, but they have not come back.
Two of my sisters who were also taken by these soldiers, and two of my boys were also taken by them. One came back, but one never came back until today.
We, the people of West Nile, have suffered the trauma, and we are still suffering the trauma of Konyi War. But it is very unfortunate some NGOs have kept us off. They are not looking at us, people of West Nile. We have suffered. We have IDPs. We have people who are internally displaced in this town here. They don't know where their homes or their homes are.
This day will keep a memory, something which we will not forget, because it has happened and we will continue to remember it. And it is not only here in Ombaci, it is everywhere in Uganda. People have suffered well and they are being buried in similar way. So we are in solidarity with all the other parts of Uganda, right from Gulu, Kitgum, Asesa, Luero. We have mass graves.
Prayer is very important for people at least to, to feel that their dead ones are being remembered, and that will also console them. That is actually a good idea. But I think to get people really properly reconciled and forgive one another, the government must take the lead by really making sure that there must be good governance, justice and love must prevail. And whoever suffers any loss unjustly must be compensated so that people can easily forget. Because in Africa, even in European countries, where there is injustice, where somebody is caused to make a loss, must be compensated. That is another way where somebody can easily forget and say, fine, I'm now happy that I've been compensated and I forgive you.